from Tacos and Geeks.
Welcome to TacosandGeeks.com. Underrated games you should play. Ghostbusters, the video game. When this first was even announced, I gotta tell you guys, I was flipping out because there hasn't been really a Ghostbusters video game since, believe, the 16-bit era, and that was with Ghostbusters for the Sega Genesis. And then you had, like, the, of course, classic NES Ghostbusters 2, which was probably the most difficult game you could probably play on the NES besides Contra. It's just a very difficult game. But then they announced Ghostbusters, the video game, which takes place 2 years after Ghostbusters 2, around Thanksgiving in 1991, with the Ghostbusters team training a new recruit while investigating paranormal activities in New York City. So, why is this game so underrated? Well, when it came out, yes, it was well received, but people didn't. I mean, the scores were like 7.8, 7.5 for me, which makes it very underrated. And for me, it came at a time when I really needed something really good. And most of my friends is like, I'm not getting this. Is the Ghostbusters, but this game was flawlessly done when it comes to capturing the spirit of the movies, capturing the ideal and the mythology of the Ghostbusters, which was written by Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis. And I consider this canon because it's written by the two guys who started the Ghostbusters as well. So it's basically Ghostbusters 3 in my eyes, and it's one hell of a story. It has so much Easter eggs of the Ghostbusters lore. As you see here, we have the new recruit who's unnamed. You never know his name. They just call him the new recruit because Peter Venkman says that he doesn't want to get to know this guy because he is basically testing out all the new equipment, and just in case something happens to this kid, they don't want any real personal or emotional attachments to him. So what I really loved about this game is the gameplay, because you really have to do just like the Ghostbusters do. Of course, having different forms of proton pack attacks is good. You have down the line, as the game progresses, you'll be able to have slime. You have your regular standard proton pack, laser beam, or not laser beam, but the beam, and you can't cross the stream. So all that is implemented into this game, and it's just a really good story of the Ghostbusters, and all the Ghostbusters are in. You have Harold Ramis as Egon, Ernie Hudson as Winston, Dan Aykroyd as Ray, and of course Bill Murray as Peter, who just basically now just got slimed. So classic scene. And you had the background music from the previous Ghostbusters original score, which is in here intact to give you that full spirit of the Ghostbusters. And I guarantee you guys, if you don't play this game, you need to check it out. If you're a Ghostbusters fan and have not yet to play it, this is something that you definitely need to check out. Because, I mean, come on, guys. It's the Ghostbusters. You get to catch ghosts. There's nothing more better than that, than catching ghosts and just having to be a Ghostbuster. The only thing I wish they implemented in this is, hopefully, if they ever decide to make a sequel, which will probably be hard now that due to the passing of Harold Ramis, may he rest in peace. But I hope that if they make a sequel, that we get a free roam type of Ghostbusters game. Even if it's not with the original Busters, we could just get Dan Aykroyd, who's always heavily pushing Ghostbusters 3 and producing and trying to get the production of the new Ghostbusters movies on target. So we could bring Dan Aykroyd back and say that we've opened a new, because that's what was the ideal of this game, is that they're hiring new recruits to spread out through different cities and different areas of New York City. That's the whole point of getting new recruits, and down the line we can have a game where it's free run, where we get to drive our own Echo 1 to various locations, and it's really pretty cool. And I love the fact that you have to actually watch how much damage you do to property, because it actually will affect whether you get a certain trophy or not. So it's pretty damn good, you guys, on what the game was able to implement and to catch the spirit and the ideology of the Ghostbusters. And it was actually pretty funny too, especially with Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis, the way the actors and everybody else was just pinged back and forth. Bill Murray's performance was good too, but he kind of phoned it in a little bit. Kind of from his voice, you could tell it's like, oh no. I was like, okay, kind of don't want to be there. Now this is what the gameplay is. For those who are used to first-person shooters, your shoulder buttons are going to be used to Don't cross the streams now. Not try to cross the streams. Your shoulder buttons will be used to activate your proton pack beam, and then you also have, oh, I got him, the L2 button where you're able to grab an object or a ghost and you just swing them around like I'm doing right here with this object, which is it's oh no, that's actually the ghost. And then there we go, got him now. And two in a box, ready to go. We be fast and they be slow. Had to say that reference. So, I mean, it's just great. You use your own trap pack, which is great. And it's just a solid game, you guys. So, definitely, if you have not yet checked out the Ghostbusters for the PS3 and Xbox 360, I think it's on the PC now, and the PC, this is something you have to check out if you're a Ghostbusters fan. This is a must. It is a blast to play, you guys. This is Justin from otakusandgeeks.com with another underrated game you should play, Ghostbusters, the video game. Come on, guys, it's the Ghostbusters. I mean, why not play this unless you're afraid of ghosts, but the Ghostbusters aren't. So be sure to check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/otakusandgeeksblog. Also check us out on Twitter at Otakus and Geeks. You can follow us on Instagram as well at Otakus and Geeks. And of course, make sure you guys are visiting, and you can subscribe to the Otakus and Geeks website at otakusandgeeks.com. This is Justin. I'm going to leave the rest of my remaining gameplay for you guys to watch. Later days, I'll catch you on the next one. And of course, if you guys have any underrated game you should play suggestions, please just hit us up on otakusandgeeks.com and using us to contact us form. And I'll be back sooner or later with another underrated games you should play. This is Justin signing off. Later days.
Trouble. On the right. Oh! Ow. Ow. They've split up. Ray, follow me. The others are floating back upstairs. Venkman, you two pull our friend Slimer into a trap as fast as you can. There's a massive bulge in these spikes indicating this isn't just some routine clearing job.
Ego